Hi folks, Toad here with Visordown.com and welcome to a very windy off-road area near of Coventry for the review of Triumph's 2020 Street Scrambler. So, we have ridden this before. I've not ridden this for a few years, not certainly since it was in this generation, and it's had a few updates to it. So the 2020 gets a new set of stoppers, so we've got updated Brembo brakes, we've got different style forks which have got a little bit more travel and they're supposed to be a little bit more compliant. I'll talk to you about that in a bit. We've also got selectable riding modes through the left-hand switch cube, and that also includes an off-road riding mode which switches off all the traction control and the ABS, although you can switch off the traction control manually anyway. So what is the Street Scrambler? It is a 203 kilogram ready to ride 65 bhp machine, and it produces around about 60 pound-foot of torque, which I think is 59 exactly. It is 9,300 pounds and it is in Triumph dealerships right now. This bike has got some additions to it which aren't on the stocker. So we've got the lovely sounding Vance & Hines exhaust over there. This has also got the the underslung crash bars, and it's got a very nice hipster spec carrying bag on this side of the bike, which I suppose is for carrying your smashed avocados on gluten-free rye bread when you go to the organic coffee house with Tarquin or whatever his name is. So let's have a chat about it. The engine of this thing hasn't had a lot done to it. It's the same 270 degree crank 900cc parallel twin. That is a mouthful that we've seen for quite a long time. It is a very characterful unit. I mean, the Bonneville power plant thing, all the engines, they've always got a really lovely character to them, and they're very friendly and easygoing units. In this it's the same. I would have preferred maybe a little bit of a different tweak for the off-road version. It does say Scrambler in the name. I know it says Street Scrambler, and it is definitely more street than Scrambler. I would have liked a little bit more of an off-road sort of feel to the engine. First gear is quite tall, so as soon as you release the clutch, if you're anywhere near any mud, the rear wheel's just going to spin and you're going to lose control, which isn't a lot of fun. What else can we say? Braking system massively updated for this year, and it is noticeably better. It's still not amazing. There's still only a single disc and a single 300mm disc, but the bite is there and the feel is there at the lever. The brakes on the old one, you needed a full 4-fingered squeeze of the lever to get the thing to come to a halt, and this is much improved, so I'm quite impressed with the braking setup on it. ABS is still a little bit intrusive. I think it's more to do with the tyres that are on it, the Mechler Torrance tyres. I don't think they're amazing or a perfect fit for this bike, if I'm completely honest, but it's much improved. And if you're never going to go off-road on it, you're only ever going to ride it around town, then it is absolutely more than up to the task. Just want to talk to you very quickly about the handling of it. Now, I've had it for about 2 weeks now, and I've been having a blast on it. I've been zipping around and flipping out and going to see people and going to the shops and so on and so forth. And it is definitely more at home on the road. It is a great little handling bike on the road. It's something that you feel that somebody who just passed their test, they could really easily jump on this thing, and it wouldn't be too much for them, but there would still be lots of things that they could learn about riding a motorcycle while they were owning it, which I think is really important to remember, that people need to be able to progress and to learn. And this is a bike that you're going to be able to do it on, and you're not going to get bored quickly either, which is really good. Like I said, the limiting factor with this machine really is the Mechler Torrance tyres. They aren't very good on or off-road. They're kind of a middle ground and not a very good one. And the rear shock absorbers are a little bit underdamped, so you do get a bit of a boingy ride. If you hit some undulations mid-corner, it will sort of upset the bike. But that said, for 99% of the people, for 99% of the time, it's going to provide you with everything that you need and quite a lot more. If you are going to be spending a lot of time in the saddle, you need to know about the comfort, and it's actually quite good apart from one little aspect. The seat is very comfy, the ergonomics are spot on, the pegs are super set low, very low set pegs on this bike, and the handlebars sweep back nicely to meet you, which is really comfortable. The exhaust, I know it looks absolutely awesome, and on a bike like this, it cannot go anywhere else. It has to be a high level. But because of where the exhaust routes and the catalytic converter sits off the right hand side of the engine, you do find that your leg is kind of pushed out at a bit of an angle, and if you were brave enough to take the thing off-road, you are going to find that it inhibits getting your foot right on that foot peg nice and neatly, which is a little bit of a bummer. I rode one of these things down to London and then all the way back again non-stop in a day a couple of years ago, and at the end of that sort of 6 or 7 hours on the bike, my right knee was aching quite badly, and it was just because it sat at a little bit of a funny angle. But if all you're going to be doing is little short journeys down to the coffee shop and see your mates, I'm sure it'll be absolutely spot on. So what do we like about the Triumph Street Scrambler? I love the new braking setup. It's a lot better than it was before, and generally I just like the whole idea of this bike being a fun, accessible, A2 friendly bike that is almost dual purpose, for want of a better phrase. It's not quite full off-road, it's not quite a scrambler, but it's a little bit more capable than the Street Twin. Although if you stuck a set of these tyres on the Street Twin, you'd probably be able to do all the stuff that I've been doing today. What else do we like about the Scrambler? The engine is super accessible and a very easygoing and a very friendly unit. It doesn't intimidate anybody, new riders, and there's just enough poke there, sort of 65 bhp. You've just got enough poke and enough torque to sort of keep somebody who's more experienced entertained. What don't we like about the Street Scrambler? I don't know. I know it's the Street Scrambler. I kind of wish that they did the 900 Scrambler, but like a Street Scrambler, but the next level up, like a 900 Street Scrambler Rally Pro or something like that, where you've got some, because they have these at the Triumph Adventure Centre and they're really good. And what they've done, they've had to fettle them and they've put Fox shocks on them and they've changed the handlebar position and different foot pegs and stuff like that, and they're absolutely brilliant. I just wish Triumph would do, or an accessory pack where you could like get the Rally Pro version of the Street Scrambler, because I think as a package it's very good. It just needs a little bit of refining. So there we go, this is the 2020 Triumph Street Scrambler. What is it up against? Well, there's not a massive amount of competition in that retro A2 naked Scrambler segment. I mean, we've got bikes like the XSR 750, maybe you could say that the V85 TT was in that class, but I think that's possibly a little bit more capable in the long distance side of things. So it hasn't really got many other bikes to compete with on that front, unless you're going to look at some of the more niche manufacturers like MASH or SWM. Royal Enfield, of course, have got the 650 twins, which are slightly less powerful than this, but I don't know, they're a little bit lighter, so it might be that more people are attracted towards a slightly lighter, slightly easier to manage retro classic machine. But as of yet, Royal Enfield don't do a Scrambler, although it is rumoured to be in the works, so we'll wait and see how that one pans out. Anyway, this has been the Street Scrambler. I've been Toad for Visordown.com, and if you've liked this video, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of our latest videos. For all the latest news, reviews and features, please get yourself over to Visordown.com. Thank you for watching, folks.